So I was wondering, after watching a few videos today, I got up early this morning and thought I'd watch a few videos. Do we really overthink keeping fish? When I started, you literally had no information, so you went to the pet shop, you bought all your equipment, or my dad made all mine, and you went and bought your fish and you put them into the tank, and mostly they lived. Maybe fish that nowadays people wouldn't put together. All lived happily together in our 150-gallon tank, and we never thought anything about it. Now, when I bought this tank, it's a 10-gallon, it's open top, and I wanted to keep no lid on it. So I was wondering what fish to keep in it, into the tank, and I wanted a tank before I wanted the fish to go in it. I've got a lot of beautiful little male guppies, but of course guppies jump, and so I didn't want to do that. So this is when I thought about keeping shrimp in it. So I did do a lot of research about shrimp from different places, but technically, being who I am, when I came home, I did my own thing. I put this tank together, put a little bit of media from another tank in the corner, took out plants from some of my other tanks, took out a little bit of gravel from other tanks, and I put about 4 shrimp in this tank to start off with. I did listen to how people say it's nice to give them wood and lots of plants. So of course they have lots of plants. They've got a fairly low flow filter, but you know, it does have a flow in that corner, and they do seem to quite like it. So I'm not even sure if this low flow thing is a thing. And I just put them in here. They come out of a tank with a heater at 76. They went into this tank, which was 70. I didn't acclimate them at all. I just put them in here, and I take shrimp out of here now, and I just put them in the tank with heaters, and they don't seem to care. But I have been told that cherry shrimp are quite okay with things like that. So I just wonder if we stop getting things or doing things because we have too much information now, instead of not enough. We're put off doing something. I was put off a good 18 months from getting my pea puffer because so many people would say how difficult they were to keep, and how I couldn't keep it here, I couldn't keep it there, you know. And then one day when I saw this little pea puffer in a shop who, you know, just looked a bit lost and a little bit underfed, I just took him and threw him in my tank, and there he is, fine, happy. Now I know we can go the other way, and I think in a bit I'll tell you the story about my the guy who comes to do my AC unit and his waddle, I would say, into fish keeping with his young daughter during COVID, and the disaster it was. And I'm hoping to make it not a disaster and help him set up his tank. So we seem to be in the realms really of too much information is a disaster, too little information is a disaster, and that we somehow got to watch so much and just take this stand down the middle where we do what's best for our particular fish and what we're keeping. And say these have no heater. I do live in Florida. So, but it does get cold here sometimes. This room can go down to about 62. You know, I gave them plenty of wood. At the moment I'm not feeding them. I have noticed I've got quite a lot of algae in there, so now the tank's more established, I'm letting them eat off the algae on everything, which they seem quite happy to do. I don't want to overfeed the tank, so I'll probably not feed them till I notice the algae goes down a bit. I did that with my other tank. They do have leaves to graze on. I can usually tell if I've overfed a little bit because my snail population goes a bit mad, so. But the question is, do we overthink?